Hey, Charles. I've got Englert's pizza. I'm delivering it down to him now. I'm just doing some side stuff while I'm in transit, as it were. Then I'm going to see if I can do some road working down here. Just I want to repair up some of the network. And we can get back on with it. But there's so many deteriorated roads around here, I've got to deal with some of it.
Hey, it's Sam Bridges. Good to see you, man.
And you, Charles. I finally got all those chiral density gauges. I failed the last time I attempted this mission, so...
How the heck did you keep this stuff in such pristine condition?
Floating carriers. Again, it's fairly easy. It's not complex. And, oh shit, armor plate level 4. I wasn't expecting anything out of this. Okay. 5th star. That means we get a star, and I gotta upgrade my armor plates. Okay, I'll do that now. And patch 26 for corpse disposal. Might not wear that, thanks very much though. Can't believe I didn't get more for delivery volume out of all this. Alright.
Hey, listen, I got you a little gift. Go ahead and grab it. If you're interested, that is.
Everyone's so cagey about their gifts. Just give someone a gift. They don't like it, you don't have to be embarrassed about it. I'm sure I'm gonna love this sticker. 6 stars. And I gotta redo my...
Hey, Sam. Be careful. Okay?
Shoulder armor.
Good work.
That music in the background will not stop playing for any reason. I don't know if it's a bug. I might reload the game. First of all, let's just quickly pop away that floating carrier. Leave it in there for future want. That's all I needed you to do. Do not hit auto-range cargo, otherwise it'll turn my pizza the wrong way around. I'm going to recycle the armor plate now. Now all I gotta do... It's in equipment, isn't it? Armor plate level 4. Even lighter and more energy efficient. In addition to absorbing bullet damage, it can also help to soak up impact taken elsewhere in the body by means of electromagnetic shielding. The more plates are attached, the greater level of protection offered, the less cargo you'll be able to attach. Alright. Battery will gradually reduce in sunny or cloudy weather. Give me 2 of these. And attach to each of my shoulders. Now, I don't suppose... It doesn't really matter. I don't need to take any orders down to the craftsman. I mean, I could, but really, where am I getting with that? The thing I'm thinking about is possibly something up to Lake Knot, but doesn't look like it's going to be possible around here. Alright.
Thank you for your contribution.
Yeah, this music has been playing on a loop constantly. Ever since I left Mountain Knot City. And it doesn't sound like it's fitting correctly. Alright, anyway, let's just get to Englert. Alright, Englert. Are we gonna have done with this charade? Are you gonna tell me what the hell is actually going on? I imagine not. I'm certain 20 minutes into this hour-long time limit, but I don't think I'm gonna get a single word out of this guy. I'm not even sure I'm right that he's not real. And that he's a robot. I think he might be a buddy bot. But I have no proof. He's not popping up in any case. Or is just the house's local AI got sentient? I don't know. Where does this get me? I think I was quite slow on that one. I took a lot of detours. Nearly 10k. S tier. Okay. And nothing. Not enough to get me to 1 star, even. Okay. The delivery time is up to 27.
Thank you for your continued support.
You're welcome.
Good work.
And you have no further orders. Alright, Englert. We'll read your mail in a short amount of time with your pithy excuse as to why you couldn't actually be here. Not that I genuinely really care, you understand. Your manners aren't bothering me. It's the fact that you seem so determined to pretend like you're actually a human being. On behalf of the dead, I give you my undying thanks. Wow, that was quick. I just delivered it, so he's already popped it. The old man. You got inheritance coming in. I only asked because that was a very short interval between delivery and death. Alright, you'll have to forgive me. I was gonna do a bunch of road fixing, but my game's just... Thank you, Sam. That sums up my feelings right now. My game just crashed twice in a row. So it doesn't look like it wants to do that. I don't know what's making my game so unstable around this area at the moment. Maybe it was just something else unrelated to do with my computer? Anyway, I don't know how much more I'm going to be doing. I think it's time I got on with stuff. I know I said I was going to ask around, but I've given Peter his... damned pizza. Like, all this infrastructure, it'd be great to finish it all off, but I don't think I'm going to finish this before I finish the game. Once again, I have no idea if there's if this game continues on once you finish the main storyline. But at this point, I'm just thinking, let's get back up to Mountain Knot and get on with the actual story. Because if I keep crashing down here, I'm just gonna... well, I'm gonna be late for starters. I'm not gonna get these... it's just gonna take me an age.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
So, heading straight back up to Mountain Knot. Oh, hang on. We're getting off here if I can. Alright, we're going back. I'm grabbing that memory chip. Watch out for rock falls. Pretty, treacherous here. I can see the impact coming. God damn it. It's like trying to pass through traffic on a red light. You know you're not supposed to go, but you're in a rush. You don't want to stand here at the red light. You want to jaywalk. The urge to jaywalk is one I feel very strongly sometimes. Okay, we just got some more mail from Charles Kahn, so that's probably a good time to read my mail. I've got 3 pieces of mail. The geologist. I'm not going to be like Heartman, says the geologist. Dear Sam, I've made a full recovery thanks to you and have been able to push on with my research. I've also come to an important realization. Basic science alone won't unlock the mysteries of the Death Stranding. No, what we're dealing with requires something special, kind of genius. You know who I'm talking about, right? Heartman. He's the most brilliant mind of his generation, and what's more, he has dooms. Not that long ago, and this is just between ourselves, I wanted to be just like him. Not anymore, though. Not after that bout of chiral contamination. Now, not only do I know I could never be like him, I'm actually glad that I'm not. I couldn't take it. Couldn't deal with the nightmares with having death as my constant companion. Fate might have been kind to him in some ways, but in others... Well, now I know that he suffers. Let's just say that. His suffering's your burden, too. I know that. But listen, if there's anything I can do to make life easier for any of you, let me know. I understand I'm never going to be the genius who cracks the Death Stranding, but I'm not useless either. I'm here to help. So is it the suffering of dooms is similar to chiral contamination, I take it. Is it nightmares? Is that the primary side effect? We do know Sam does get nightmares. We've seen those occasionally in the private rooms and with Lou and stuff. But, that's it. I don't suppose it's that bad, anyway. Peter Englert, on behalf of the dead, I give you my undying thanks. My dear Mr. Bridges, you cannot possibly know how perfect your timing proved to be. At the very moment your pizza arrived, my dear father had all but set out on his final journey to the great beyond. Which is why I was unable to thank you, you understand. But you will surely find comfort in the wonder your delivery wrought. Before he breathed his last, Daddy Dearest took his first bite of pizza, the remainder of which I later consumed out of respect. He proclaimed it divine, the nectar of the gods themselves, and when he finally passed, his smile was sublime. May I say, on behalf of us both, that whoever prepared it is a wizard of the culinary arts. You have, as ever, my undying thanks. Like. Mr. Englert, you frickin' weirdo. First of all, eating your dead father's pizza, having taken already a bite out of it, seems to me weirdly morbid. Second of all, this didn't happen. I don't believe a word of it, Peter. I still refuse to believe a word of what you're saying. The biggest twist is going to be if Peter Englert turns out to be a completely normal person who was telling exactly the truth about every part of this. I don't know what his game is or what's going on there, and I hope I never find out, because I would love to live in confusion. Just because it would... Because you know, if once you reveal the mystery, it's going to be like, oh, you know, it was this thing or was that thing. Unless it's a really good reveal, but I kind of prefer not to know whether or not he's talking bullshit and suspect that he is, than actually get the answer. And Charles Kahn is telling me that the Odra deck is showing him some weird stuff. Hey Sam, Chiral Network's really shaping up, isn't it? As you know, I'm officially part of the security detail here, but I've been doing more and more reconnaissance work recently. I told you that I've been making daily trips to the incinerator, right? Well, I've added a few strings to my bow of late. Even though my eyesight's still the best around, I've been playing a bit with the Odra deck's scanner. And you know what I've learned? You can use it to do more than view terrain info and track cargo tags. Sometimes it'll pick up these strange thread-like structures too, linking the ground and the sky. You won't read about those in the Odra deck user's manuals, and yes, it does come with the user's manual. You know, I heard that the Odra deck design was based on spools of thread that people used to soothe babies with when they were upset. If that's the case, it makes sense that they'd react to people's feelings, right? Sure. That's what I think, anyway. Hell, maybe those threads are the chiral network itself. A growing web of connections stretched across the continent. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. I've seen all kinds of things in my travels, though. Piles of stones, weird mushrooms. Though part of me is starting to wonder if those might have been holograms. Or another reaction to people's feelings or something, I don't know. Have you ever seen anything like that, Sam? Anyway, if you've ever got the time to swing by and chat about this stuff, it'd be great. I don't think I can actually chat with you. Sam's not a very talkative person, but even so, I don't think I've got the option. I can accept orders. In any case, I know what he's talking about, the lines going up to the sky. I agree that they're probably like some kind of representation of the chiral network, what is connected up, what level they're connected to. I know that I'm pretty sure they're black when they're unconnected, then I haven't checked if they like increase in opacity as you increase connection level. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I would have thought. I'm not entirely sure why it would react to people's feelings, or in what way you think it's reacting to your feelings. But it's neat anyway. Look, he's got the spirit. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Okay, no, that's all the healthy drinks. Sorry, I thought I had the wrong cargo on me. Let me just, before I do anything... And I think this is going to be for Fragile. By the way, this memory chip data. I think Fragile's coming to pick this one up. I have nothing to do but guess. If I'm right... Nah, it's Heartman.
I say, I don't know what I did to deserve such kindness.
By now, I'd have thought that was obvious. The Bronson soundtrack. Alright, I'll bite. Are we likely to... Yeah, there's still plenty of fragile things left to unlock. Nicholas Winding Refn, who is Heartman, who is portraying Heartman. Bronson. Tom Hardy starred in this 2008 movie by Nicholas... Is it Winding or Winding? I don't know. Refn, based on the ultra-violent story of a fighter who went by the name of Bronson. Winding Refn brought his unique brand of brutal action to a production brimming with vitality and intensity. After Bronson, he went on to direct Valhalla Rising and eventually the critically acclaimed Drive. Alright. I knew I'd heard his name before somewhere, but I couldn't have placed it. Hideo Kojima contacted Winding Refn personally, and the two finally met by coincidence in London, becoming firm friends from the very first moment together. Mr. Winding Refn recalls the encounter to this day as having been like meeting an old friend, said Hideo Kojima. I don't know if he writes those himself. These, acclaimed cinemaphile Hideo Kojima met famous director and they became BFFs forever. But... a little bit masturbatory, isn't it? A little bit... I love the man. I love Hideo Kojima. I think he's one of the foremost artists of pretty much any medium. But he's got an ego the size of a gas giant. Just thought I'd skip straight up here. I picked up a order at Mountain Knot City to bring some alcohol to old Heartman here. Some rare whiskey. And I pretty much did nothing else. It was a fairly easy run up here. So I'll just skip past all that. You've seen me climb mountains. You don't need to see more of it. Alright. Have your alcohol, and then we've got to get on with this. Aquavitae whiskey. I wonder if he gets drunk in the real world, and then he goes into the next one. Does he stay drunk, or does it wear off?
Delivery complete.
Does he become sober again? You would think he would become sober. There's no alcohol in his system. His body's back here. But is he drunk in the mind? That is. I think this is something you need to do research on, Heartman, and I think that might be what the whiskey's for. New interview data required. Report number 4. Okay.
Thank you for your continued support.
You're welcome, SND, whatever the hell that means.
New order.
I should probably work that one out. Alright. Repair the chiral relay. We're finally doing it. So much for my long-winded tour of the rest of the map that I was planning. Anyway, things need to get done. Yeah, I'm gonna need a... unless I have one. Do I have one? No. Let's make a floating carrier. We'll offload it. And then we'll load all of these onto the carrier. And head out. Should be a relative walk in the park. I don't see any reason why this should be difficult. Other porters have contributed materials. Now, where am I going? I don't see it. There it is. Never hide. Alright. Well, those ziplines aren't going to do me any good. I guess I'm just popping off. Over this... Well, I'm going to go through this ridge, I think. Yeah, through this sort of ridge here. And then past the Evo-Devo Biologist. Which makes me think I should bring something to her. And then down to the potential chiral relay construction site. Alright, I'm going to pick up something to give to the Evo-Devo Biologist. Before we do go off, because I think I'm going to have to go past her hut almost directly. I can go around the BT site, I hope, or nearly. I can skirt around the edge of it. And then there's the terrorist camp, which I think I'll have to go through. Might be able to sneak through that, might not. To the Evo-Devo Biologist. Here we go. Rare fossils spotted in an extinction layer. Done. Premium delivery, done. Better off on the carrier than on me. Alright, now we're heading off. This thing feels like it's getting weighed down. I'm sure this does have an effect on your mobility. It really does feel like the heavier it gets, the more difficult it is to pull, especially uphill, which would make sense, of course. You know, mass and all that being what it is. Maybe floating off the ground, but it's still... You've still got to drag it. It's still got inertia. Alright, I'm still good with boots, so I'll have to change them soon. Mail received from Aaron Hill. Chronicles of Aaron. Chapter 1, The Great Embarkation. I want to read that. Aaron Hill's up at Mountain Knot City, right? Oh, good. I didn't look at that, did I? It's... not going anywhere. Alright. Through it. It'll be fine. There is some lost cargo for the Evo-Devo Biologist, but it's all the way up there, and I don't want to get it. Everything else is just a waste of weight on my back. Not really a waste of space, it's a waste of mass, technically speaking. Okay, I'm gonna skirt around the edge. Through this valley. And I'll come down. She's on the side of a hill, so I should just be able to come down behind where I left off beforehand. The distribution center south of Lake City? I suppose we're not that far from it, actually. As the crow flies. Wow. Pretty far. There seems to be like a trail straight through here, though. In case it be necessary. There we go. This is what I needed. How... I can stand up in this. I hate crawling through the snow around BTs. This is the worst part. No sign. Okay, a little one and a guy that's over there that's not really my problem. None that look over here. I reckon I can just go past that guy. No, one directly in front of me. Alright, we're going after this guy's... umbilical. Container damaged. Yeah, I knew that. Come on, give me the... cut umbilical. Dealt with. Grab that. Damn it, I thought it gave me the prompt. Get out of that. I think I'm out of it. They can't come out of that tar pit. Alright, careful. Wow. Never tried that before. That's new. Where the hell was I going? I thought I saw the prompt to cut umbilical. We're not doing this song and dance. You're going. Okay, you guys are going to be here for the on a regular basis, are we? The big ones. I don't know whether I can bring that thing down before it grabs me, so I'm not going to try. I'm just going to avoid it. I don't like them. Come on. Is that it? We passed them? Ugh. I don't want to throw a hermetic grenade at the big ones. I'm not that brave. But I think we're past them now. Maybe I should get a grenade launcher. Thumbs up from the Odor deck. Whew. It's a good thing I drank all that energy drink, or actually it's beer now, isn't it? Yeah. Good thing I drank all of that, because I don't think I could have shaken off that BT. Like, that was fine. That was absolutely graceful as a cat. Alright. Hi. Succinct but polite. No time for chit-chat, this one.
To be in good condition. You must have been careful.
I must have been, mustn't I have done? This is a strange duck, I think. The Evo-Devo Biologist, but who am I to judge?
Set this aside for you, thinking you might like it. Do you have room to carry it?
Depends on what it is. More high-density chemicals. I don't really have any need for it. I could carry it around, but I don't think I can do much with it. But thanks anyway.
Well, research calls.
Off she goes. Kind of respect that. She's got better things to do. I'm gonna get... Alright, we're going on. Okay. What I'm gonna do is just recycle my ladders. I think both of these are practically dead. These are alright for now. I'll get a new custom climbing anchor. Okay, everything otherwise seems good. Oh, you know what? Let's get a new set of boots as well. Might as well be at 100%. You can skip that, by the way, if you press enough times. If you irritate the fanfare with insistence that you want to go past it, it will eventually give way. Reluctantly. Okay. That's it. We're heading straight for the chiral relay construction site.
Take care, Sam.
Thank you. You too. Should be fine. She seems about as unflappable as it gets for someone who lives out here. There we go. And there's even a generator down here. Careful. If I can find a way to get down. Oh, I think it's another pool. Kinda tempted, actually. But let's not get distracted. Matter at hand. We'll give that place a nice wide berth. I'll sort of skirt around the edge of the hills there. As far as this terrorist camp not far away is concerned.
There we go.
Old Volcano Observatory. Oh, I actually wanted you to go down there, just carefully. There's no timefall between me and it, which means that this is going to be free of BTs. Well then. Don't mind if I do a little bit of exploring? I'm only looking for... data sticks. I want to be careful around here. I don't know if... I suspect that ghosts can't appear when it's not raining, but that's a guess. And then we got the terrorists. Well, we got some... You know, we got one at least over there. Ooh, that's a big pile of chiral crystals. Maybe whistling isn't the best of ideas, given we're trying to be quiet. Keep my eye open for those... That looks like a dead BT over there. The site of a dead BT, in any case. Disable the sense of pull and keep my distance. I shouldn't have any difficulty circumnavigating these guys. Alright. No. I need my Not the outer hood, the oxygen mask. Where is it? There we go. Pop that on. Wear it. I'm gonna pass by this and see if I can get to those. Smoke can be used to hide from enemies. Surely it can suffocate me eventually. Alright, I'll keep this in mind. But I want to get to that. All that Corellium. I don't think it's Corellium, although I don't know. It's chiral crystals, you know what I mean. It looks like a BT was... a catcher was killed here. Not by me. But I'll take it. If the guy who did this isn't going to pick it up himself. Alright. How far away am I? Kilometer. God, this area. Desolate wasteland. Might need a ladder here. We got it. Let's keep the oxygen mask on, just for safety's sake. Roll the gun. Glad I scanned then. Alright, go wide. Where are you facing? Took him. Friends are going away from him. I don't see any other targets. Let's make sure this guy's out for the count. Nope. And move on. I'm gonna go this... Well, actually, am I? Yeah, I'm gonna go around the back here. That might keep me away from the terrorists. Let's get a move on. Get out of line of sight before they pop around the edge there. This is a very open area. The higher we go, the more visible we are. But I think we can take off the oxygen mask now. They'll find that dude eventually. But, you know. It's not like this guy knows who shot him in the head with a bowler gun and kicked him in the fucking face. Who's he gonna report me to? There it is. Oh, Christ. Careful. Alright. I think we're about to make it. I think if I'm right, I'm looking at the Pacific there. Have we finally made it from sea to shining sea? Fucking, hang on. But we haven't made it to Edge Knot City. That's the goal. But I think we have reached the Pacific. I didn't care much for this song, frankly. But anyway, we made it, I believe, to Shining Sea. From Shining Sea. And I think, it does really feel like it's getting to something.
Sam, you need to get those materials processed in order to finish the Cairo relay.
I know, I'm just getting there, diehard man. Good God, I know I need to get them processed. I'm getting there. I'm still climbing the side of whatever the hell this thing is. Keep clear. I hope this is structurally sound more structurally sound than it looks, because if I put any substantial weight on this thing, it looks like it's going to drop up into the ocean. Yeah. Relay repair units. Confirm. Do I need anything else? Expand the chiral network and cross the tar belt we still need to do. Four. 5. No damage. I want to see my route on this one. Round it. Bumped around. Went way out of my way to avoid the terrorists. Heartman is sending likes. 60 deaths and 60 births in a day. Complete episode 8 Heartman. Heartman resuscitation. Alright.
Good job, Sam. Now access the terminal and bring the relay online.
Shouldn't we build something here first? Oh, it's gone to cutscene mode. I'm gonna watch it. Oh, it's not gonna reconstruct. It was just the relay we built, the actual building itself. If anything were gonna happen, it's gonna happen now. But that seems to have gone as normal. Look at that panhandle down there. No, we are not anywhere near the Pacific yet. We are still in New Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. Or we're not still in New Mexico. We've just arrived in New Mexico, I think. New Mexico, Arizona. The chiral relay has joined the UCA. Well, it's not like it had much of a choice. Area is now connected to the chiral network, enabling you to see and access the player's structures.
And with that, we're all linked up. Once you cross the tar belt, the end will be in sight. We're this close to Emily, to America's second chance. Edge Knot City awaits. The staff we're sending will start by building a safe house. Over time, they'll expand their operations and establish a new facility. In doing so, they'll carry on the legacy of the brave souls lost to the tar. All thanks to you, Sam. Now, let's figure out how to get you across.
Yeah, I'm interested in this. How do you cross a tar belt? I can't swim it, I take it. First things first. Okay, we gotta read some mail. First things first, I got a bunch of mail to read. Let's start with that. The geologist, saving the world is bullshit. Disagree, geologist, I think. I've taken the liberty of jotting down a few observations for you, Sam. Go ahead and have a read if you got a minute. I've spent years researching the Death Stranding, trying to unravel its mysteries for the sake of humanity. Not Heartman, though. All he does is head to the beach in search of his dead family. He doesn't care what happens to the human race. He told me as much. What a fucking arsehole, I thought. With all that talent, and he just uses it for his own ends. Now I realize that I was wrong. After all, he's not like other people. No one else has to deal with his 24-minute life cycle, or the constant dreams of destruction. Putting himself first is probably the only way he could deal with that shit. Doing stuff for the sake of humanity, saving the world, it's all a load of bull. A nice name for a horrible concept. Remember when people used to kill for their tribes, their countries? This is no different. Can't believe it took a bout of chiral contamination for me to work that out. Sorry, I don't see how... Are you advocating for saving the world for the benefit of are you advocating for rampant individualism? I don't actually know what you're trying to imply with that. No one else has to deal with his 24-minute life cycle. Doing stuff for the sake of humanity, it's a load of bull, a nice name for a... Why is it a horrible concept? What are you talking about, the geologist? He must be drunk. The novelist saw space in a gourd. Of course he did. Mr. Sam Bridges, can I tell you a story about something that happened recently? I was preparing dinner when all of a sudden my beloved gourds popped into my head, and I had to go and take a look. Do you know what I found when I got there? The most marvellous specimen I had ever laid eyes on. It was bigger than me, I swear. I would like to see this gourd, by the way. I'm pretty sure that could be a prize winner. Take it down to your local... farmer's market. I'm sure you can market it. And while I was standing there admiring it, I suddenly realized I was somewhere else, inside of it, and I was a tiny baby in a great big gourd world. I grew up there, became an adult. Eventually, gourd world had a death stranding of its own. So what did I do then? I shared the gourds with all the people of the gourd world, and they shut up the BTs inside them and set them all on fire. Gourd world was safe, and I had saved it. But as I was basking in the glory of it all, I woke to find myself back in the kitchen, and the pot boiling over. While I'd been living a whole other life in Gourd World, only a few minutes had passed in this one. Sure, you could call it a daydream. To me, it couldn't have been more real. Has anything like that happened to you? Not while sober, I assure you. I'm pretty sure there was something else... some chemical involved in that. That'd be my first... assumption. And Aaron Hill, The Chronicles of Aaron, Chapter 1, The Great Embarkation. Hey Sam, you're headed for the tar belt, right? Well, once you pass that, you'll be in Edge Knot City at last. But only Amelie and the Vanguard ever made it that far. And from what we've been hearing, everything west of the tar is pretty messed up. Lucky for you, we're going to construct a backup safe house once you get the chiral network hooked up over yonder. Director's orders. Got a heart of gold, doesn't he? Of course, the question was, who's going to get the sweet, sweet job of trekking all the way out there to build it? You guessed it, yours truly. Guess that golden heart of his doesn't bleed for me. Oh, it'd be nice to see you, Aaron, out here. It's not such a bad journey, just keep to the edge of the map and keep low and don't fight too many terrorists. Still, it's all for the good of America, right? The geologist might disagree with your philosophy on that one for some reason that I can't seem to fathom. Everyone's got to do their bit for the great rebuilding, I guess. Anyway, I'll be throwing on a pack and venturing out into the wilderness like my old friend Mr. Bridges. Wish me luck out there. Aaron Hill, pioneer and adventurer, signing off. Good luck, Aaron Hill. I hope to see you soon. The Paleontologist, the Ammonite with the umbilical cord and mass extinctions. Sam, the Ammonite with the umbilical cord you brought me has undeniably brought us closer to solving the riddle that is the Death Stranding. I really cannot thank you enough. And thanks to that antimatter bomb you provided, I have finally been able to resume excavations. I remain confident that by continuing to research the fossils contained in the deeper strata, we will gain a greater understanding of how this particular ammonite is connected to the Death Stranding itself. Umbilical cords are not necessarily the product of evolution, but possibly the result of a genetic factor that hastens extinction itself. A mere theory which, if true, could invite the question, what if our own umbilical cords? What of our own umbilical cords? Are they indicative of a predisposition towards self-destruction? And if so, is there anything we can do to change our course? A troubling possibility to consider, and one for which I have no response. Given this theory, one might consider the umbilical cord to be representative of a connection between life and death, a dangerous, potentially fatal relationship, but like the many connections you yourself have forged, a potential force for good. For so many of our accomplishments are the product of our collective action, a fundamental truth that would have remained forgotten by many if you had not brought us together. Stay the course, Sam. Yeah, it's laid out pretty thick there on what the fundamental philosophy of this game is. connections. The umbilical, the strand, is what connects the mother with the child. You know, in terms of nutrition. Between life and death. The cycle that all humans are fundamentally and inexorably linked. And the connections between people. It's good and bad, grey, black and white, yin and yang, perhaps. Chapter 2, The Lonely Road. Where you at right now, Sam? I just left Mountain Knot City behind. Don't worry, I'm not getting in touch to gripe about how hard this is or anything. I'm fine, honestly. Nah, seriously, I'm a veteran of the first expedition. How else do you think I made it this far west on my own? If you've left Mountain Knot City, who is running Mountain Knot City? Who's the guy in charge there? Who have you hung it over to? Maybe I'll find out if I ever get back to Mountain Knot City. I can look after myself, especially with the forecast data available on the chiral network these days. Always know when timefall will be on its way. Compared to last time, it's a breeze. Walking these mountains on your own, though, wears on you, it really does. Can't believe you've travelled so far without a soul for company. You're another breed, seriously. Hey, anyway, I passed this beautiful heart-shaped lake on the way back. I'd heard of it, of course. First time I ever saw it with my own two eyes, though. The one by Heartman's place. Someone told me there used to be a city where the lake is, which reminded me of a story I'd heard about this porter got snagged by a BT. All this tar started bubbling up from the ground, along with rocks and buildings and all sorts of debris. Stuff from the past, people said. And the porter used it to escape the tar and give the BT the slip. What do you reckon, Sam? Sounds a bit crazy when I think about it. I'm pretty sure I've done that too. Either when I got away from that catch-in near South Knot City, or just now when I got away from that BT that nabbed me, or nearly nabbed me. Anyway, I swung by Heartman's place to say hi, but nobody answered when I came knocking. Maybe he ain't as friendly as he makes out. Seems my journey through these mountains is going to be even lonelier than I thought. Can't give up now, though. Let's both of us keep on trucking. Catch you later. Alright, Aaron, he's made progress. He's past Heartman's lab. Just hope he's careful in the BT zone between Heartman and the Evo-Devo Biologist where I came from. Presuming he's taking the same trek I took. Summoning other objects from the other side through tar. Sam, I've been analysing the tar samples you collected for me, and I've got to say, its properties are wholly unlike those of the more common tar we've observed in this planet in the past. The same can be said for the tar taken from the strata in which the ammonite with the umbilical cord was found. No deposits have been discovered, save for those accompanying massive fossil breaches. It's as if it's the literal stuff of extinctions. Even more strangely, it seems that the objects submerged in concentrations of this tar are partially, if not entirely, transported elsewhere, most likely to the beach, I suspect. Therefore, by chucking that nuke into the crater lake, you may have sent it to the other side itself. Assuming it's a two-way street, that also means that matter sent to that world could theoretically return through the tar once more. That would explain some of the more fantastic stories I've heard of buildings swallowed by the tar, only to miraculously rise from the depths at a later date, looking exactly as they did when they were lost. Which has intriguing implications, don't you think? If the tar is a gateway to the past it has consumed, then maybe it could be manipulated into regurgitating its old meals. I think that might be what we're doing with the road network. It's also not lost on me that a lot of times, well, a lot of the ways in which fossils from extinct species have come down to us is by getting trapped in real-life tar pits, which aren't anything supernatural, but they get frozen inside the tar due to the chemical nature of it. They don't break down in the way that most bones would break down over millions and millions of years. So, you know, once again, we've got a pretty hard link between the real connection between the present and the past, and the way tar sort of operates the same way in this world. But I don't know what that tells me. Either way, it doesn't seem to get me across this tar pit that I've got, this tar lake, I suppose it's more like. Where do you want me to go? I just saw it. Somehow I gotta get over there.